One. Good day, everyone. Welcome again to another edition of Fayette Focus. Harry Wright with you today, my guest from the Fayette County Fair Board, Fayette County Agricultural Society. It's kind of like one and the same.
It is.
And it's Jason Langley. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How you doing, Harry?
I'm doing all right. So you're
Good.
vice president of the society this year. What's all that entail?
Oh, we get more pay.
Well,
No,
well, 10 times nothing.
Oh, yeah,
nothing,
that's
ain't it?
exactly right.
10 times a pay.
It's just a title. It's just I'm one of 13 guys on that board, and we've all share equal responsibilities.
Honestly, I've never thought of that anyone does any more work than everybody else. Every time I see you all, you're always busy.
Yes.
So no matter who it is, or what the title is or what their badge says, they're busy folks.
Well, we are, and it's a big misconception that the board works a few days before the fair starts, and you know that. We meet all year long, and we have 7 off-season events out at the fairgrounds. And, Harry, when I got on the board I've been on the board 22 or 23 years, and when I first got on the board, we could operate all year long just by the money we made off the week of the fair. We can't do that anymore.
No.
The cost of everything has went up. Our big energy cost out there really is our huge expense, and insurance is another big expense.
Big expense, yeah.
We have to operate on equivalent of about 2 fairs a year to be able to survive. And think about this. See, the fairgrounds, we own the fairgrounds. The Ag Society, we are the board of directors for. We are not owned by the county, in which some of the fairgrounds are. We are our own entity. We operate. If we don't have the money, we can't do it. We can't go to the county funds and just dig it out of there.
There is none.
No, there is none.
Right.
We just cannot do that. And so that's why we do the off-season events at the county fair to raise this money. Last couple weekends ago, we had the country's largest demolition derby out there.
The Bash for Cash. What a great event that was.
We had on average 5,000 to 6,000 people a day for 2 days. Well, they came in really Friday, but the event was Saturday and Sunday, a Memorial Day weekend. And we were represented by 27 states. Now, think about that. Half of the country was in Fayette County and Canada. And they were here for this event in Louisville, Fayette County. We talked to a couple that was 2 hours north of Toronto, and they were there just to camp and watch the Derby. They heard about it clear up there and wanted to be involved with it down here.
And it exposes our county to the country.
It's unbelievable, the exposure that we get. And it's unbelievable the hundreds of thousands of dollars that is brought into this community because of that. Oh, it's
hotel rooms,
auto parts stores. I'm telling you, I was up Sunday morning at one local auto parts store, and there was 3 vehicles in the parking lot. They all got out, and they all had their wristbands on, getting parts for their cars. And we talked to those folks in there, and they said, "Oh, this is great. We love this."
Well, yeah, because you're banging up cars, and you're breaking.
Oh.
You might break a spark plug or anything else, and right
Fuel
down to
pumps, brake lines, if they need it all.
Yeah,
I'm telling
yeah.
you. And but it is way cool. So it's events like that we do, and we have a truck pool coming up, and it's events like that we do to continue to raise money, because we have a lot of projects going on out at the fairgrounds right now. We got 2 new buildings going up.
I noticed that
as right now, and they will be up and running by fair time, believe it or not. And we remodeled the Fine Arts building. I don't know if you've seen that yet or not.
I have not seen the inside.
We gutted it, and we put cathedral ceiling in there. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. New concrete floor in there. And we spent about $60,000 on that building. So this doesn't come out of any county fund. If our fair board can get the money to do it, we'll do it. Now, the other side of that coin is we've had just a huge, generous donation by a family that also helped out, and they're going to be that's what the cattle barn is being put up by the Braun family. And just a huge donation from them, and that's allowing a lot of this to happen. So we really thank that family for that. And and many other entities and individuals have donated to the small animals building that's going up. So a lot of that comes from that as well.
Well, you got the hog building up.
Then we did. We raised $260,000 on that one.
Are we looking at something similar in design to
Absolutely.
the small animal and the steers? They're going to have their own show ring and everything?
The cattle will still show in the sales arena like they always have, but the small animals building will have the show ring in there, and new bleachers and everything. It's going to be way cool. It'll be very nice.
Now you have accommodated for outlets and stuff for broadcasting. I hope.
Oh, absolutely. I've got your seat ready to go, man. I got right by the snack bar. Is that good?
Yeah, it's perfect placement right there, right by the funnel cakes.
That's right. I got you covered.
Yeah, well, I need to have me taken care of there. One of my favorite events every year for my entire life is Fayette County Fair.
Oh, yeah.
It has been called the Blue Ribbon Fair of the state of Ohio. It is by far filled with young people doing wonderful things. And I know you guys, you hear this all the time. Well, it's all for the kids. But really and truly, you guys put in all those long hours during Fair Week and all of the weeks coming up to Fair and after Fair because you want the kids of Fayette County to have a great place.
We want them to have an experience of a lifetime. It is something that I went through, and my kids are going through it, and it teaches you things that you cannot learn in a textbook and sitting in a classroom at school. It teaches you responsibilities and taking care of your animals. It teaches you leadership skills as far as our young kids that are involved in helping set up shows, and then the older kids help the younger kids with their projects and help them show them how to set things up. I mean, all that is just great developmental tools for our young kids. I've been through it. And it's just a really neat thing, and that's what we do. Just like you said, we work all year long to make sure their experience is enjoyable. We try to provide the best looking facilities that we can, so they'll make the week of the fair so much easier, more comfortable. And I'll tell you what, I challenge a lot of people out there to go. I go to a lot of county fairs. I do a lot of these sales and stuff, and I go to a lot of these fairs, and I look at their facilities versus what we have. There's no comparison. We are so lucky.
And now with the new buildings, it's
even better.
Now, what are we going to do with where the small animal barn sits now and the cattle barn sits now? What's that area going to be for?
The new cattle barn is going to go right where the old one was.
Okay.
And then we're going to tear down the small animals barn, and we're kind of up in the air right now. It's going to be just green space. We're going to leave the concrete. We might leave some of the concrete there for right now in case we decide to build another barn. So we're just kind of up in the air right now on that.
Because that's a nice location right there. The barn was not in very good shape.
Well, it wasn't.
I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it needed some.
Well, it does. The roof was awful. So we had a blue tarp over there last year or so. But again, we didn't want to spend $20,000 on a roof, knowing what was coming up in the future.
That's right.
There's money down a rat hole. So we got that out. We're going to get that out of there, get a new nice facility, and it's so much more user friendly. There's going to be storage area, office area for those young kids to keep all their projects, their paperwork and different things. It's just going to be really cool for those guys.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Of course, I'm always excited about the fair, but I'm really excited about this year because of the new buildings and how much more convenient it's going to make for the people in the shows.
That's right.
That is the thing. When you have everything like the small animals, you've got all kinds of animals, different breeds and everything in there, and then it kind of can get a little bit confusing at times in that small animal building.
Yes.
But
it's a busy little building down there. A lot of projects.
I cover a lot of fairs for the radio station, and I got to tell you this: at any other fair in the state of Ohio, if I see a young person with a pitchfork in their hand, that's my interview. Mm-hmm. Because you'll see 2 or 3 kids leaning up against a post with their hands on a cell phone, but you'll see one kid with a pitchfork. Fayette County Fair makes it hard because almost every child is doing something. You're not like some of the other fairs you go to and you can spot that interview just like that. Now you're going to have to sit and watch them for a minute to see which one you're going to interview because they're all working hard.
They are. What a great group of kids.
And you hit the nail on the head too. The older kids, what is so cool is seeing an older kid help a first year. Mm-hmm. You got that first year shower in there, and that older youngster is showing that child how to hold that rabbit or how to show it right. And you see that, and you're thinking, boy, isn't that, because they'll take direction from one of their peers, if you will, before they will from an adult.
Exactly right. And I remember helping out a lot of kids when they were younger, and I was a senior showman at the time with the hogs, and I still do it. I mean, you go through all your years of 4-H, and then I've never skipped a beat of missing or helping out kids on that, even when I didn't even have any kids showing. It's just something like you. I enjoy seeing the kids, and I enjoy helping them, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It is so much fun.
Yes.
Now, tell us about this year's fair.
A lot of things. I brought a list of things here I want to go over. First of all, let's talk about the admission to the fair this year.
Okay.
The fair admission did go up $1.
Oh, wow.
It went to $9 this year. From 8. 8 was last year. If you remember right, it used to be 10 a few years ago, and then when the economy took a hit and everybody was struggling, we dropped it down to $8, and we kept it there for a few years, and we did raise it to $9 this year.
Now, before anybody out there moans and groans, I want to tell you this. Yes, the Ross County Fair has a $3 gate, but I will tell you this. If you want to go see the 4-H show at the grandstand, you're going to pay $10.
No, the show meaning truck pulls or derby or something like
Truck
that.
pulls,
you gotta pay
derby
for
like that, you're going to pay $20 for a truck pull.
That's at Ross. Yeah,
That's at the
County
Ross
Fair.
County Fair. So at other fairs, yes, their gate is cheaper. However, folks, when you add in the fact that for $9, you're going to get to go into the grandstand and see whatever entertainment is there without an extra cost, now you've saved half the money that you would normally pay.
That's right. And $9 also, gets you rides as well if you want to ride. So you got ride and grandstand attractions all included. Now, we got a deal for you. Always a deal.
Always a deal.
1 day tickets. A lot of people say, well, I'm only going to go to the fair for 2 or 3 days. Not a problem. Got you covered. But you have to buy them before fair week starts. $6. $6. Come in there, you can buy single day tickets for $6. And just what they are, 1 day pass to get you in there. It does not include rides.
But a lot of people don't go for the rides. They want to go.
That's right.
They want to go.
I'm not a riding. I'm the guy that got sick on the carousel. And to this day, I can't ride it. Cannot ride it.
I'm not a rider either.
I'm not a rider. So I'd be buying a $6 ticket.
There you go.
But you can. Starting now. You can do it now. Start June 1st through July 19th, I believe it is. You can buy the $6 tickets. And that's 1 day pass, and that does not include rides, but it will get you into the fair. It'll get you into the grandstands. So let's keep that in mind. So I don't want to hear no complaints about paying $9 to get into the fair.
Because it's cheap.
You can go buy a $6 pass and
tell you,
buy them at the fairgrounds.
Madison County Fair last year, went up there, covered it. It's $10 to get in. And then you have to pay $15 for a ride wristband. So now you're up $25. And you want to go watch the harness racing. That's $15 admission into the grandstand.
Is it really?
It is.
See, I had no
so
idea.
you pay $10. You just want to go to the harness racing. So you pay $10 to get in, $15 to get in the grandstand, and now you're $25 into it to see what you want. Fayette County Fair on Saturday when they have the harness racing. Pay your $9 at the gate, and you're in a grandstand too.
And then go ride the merry-go-round.
That's right, and you got $16 extra just to bet with
That's
at
right.
the track.
And you'd lose that anyway.
And you lose
so
it anyway. That's right. So but still, it went for something. But I like that. I like the whole idea. It's $9. It's affordable, and that is everything.
It's $9 for everything, and $6 is 1 day pre-sale tickets. Remember, pre-sale. You cannot buy them when the fair starts.
Because the pre-sale says it all.
That's right. Now, weekly passes. Let's talk weekly passes. Even a better deal. 6 days of fair, Monday through Saturday, right? $30. You can buy a $30 pass. They'll get you in every day of the fair. That's for one person. You can't not change these passes around because they'll be stamped for that day, okay? It does not include rides. And so $30 for a weekly pass. Now, let's talk about the guys that want to go to the fair every day and want to ride rides. Well, they can buy it's called a mega pass, $40 for the whole week. It gets you everything.
Everything for the whole week.
Whole week. One pass, good for all 6 days. And includes everything, rides and everything. So it's quite a deal. And it's when you shop around and go to these other county fairs, you're going to find real quick that it's the best deal in town. Because you will pay more at other locations.
Yep.
Even though you may get in for $3 or $5, I guarantee you'll pay anywhere from $15 to $25 to ride that day.
And to get the grandstand.
You will pay to get into the grandstands. Yep. It adds up over time.
So it does.
If you don't want to pay the $9, get you a $6 daily pass, and everything is for sale right now at the Mayhem building in our office. And we also sell the tickets at Pettit's, all Pettit's locations. They have tickets there as well. So
there you go.
Yep,
It's easy to
absolutely.
get.
And I might mention too, we have a gate sponsor this year. Fifth Third Bank here locally has sponsored it. And then there's one other thing I got to mention. I tell you, he did this last year, and it was just really cool what he did. Doug Marine at Doug Marine Motors. Last year he bought the wristbands for all the 4-H kids, and we're talking probably 1,100 kids. He paid for all of them, and he's going to do that again this year. So instead of the kids paying their $5 or $6 where they have to pay, he's going to take care of it, and all the 4-H kids will get their wristbands for free. And then they can upgrade from there if they want to include the rides that's on their own.
Right.
But right now, Doug Marine at Doug Marine Motors is going to pay for all that. So
Doug, he's a great
that's
guy.
pretty cool.
And he's a great guy.
He is.
He is a great guy. Now tell us what's
he
going to
is,
go on.
absolutely.
What kind of entertainment do we have?
Well, let's talk. Of course, Sunday. Sunday before, which would be the 19th, I believe it is. At 5:30, we'll have the kind of opening ceremonies in front of the grandstands. That's where they'll crown the queen for this year's fair. And then on Monday, a huge event. Guys and gals lead. The ladies lead.
That's a lot of fun.
Guys. That is, and that's at 5:30 in the sales arena. And then the ever-popular Cincinnati Pops will be back again this year at 8 o'clock on Monday night in front of the grandstands as well.
That's a good show, too.
Well, it is a great show. I mean, and again...
where are you going to see the Pops at for $9?
You can't.
You
You
can't.
can get them for $6 if you pre-buy this.
But they're going to cost you $15 if you go watch them in concert.
If you go somewhere, I guarantee it. I mean, folks, this is a show that costs anywhere. I think it's around $35,000. I think to get these guys to come in here, and the majority of that money is, of course, from that gentleman here that left money to provide entertainment in his will. He had a large account of money that he. What's his name? Purse. You remember the name of that? But anyways,
yeah.
His estate left the money to bring entertainment, and that's what we use that for.
That's great entertainment.
Yes.
I mean, it is. The Pops, they're good.
Yes, sir. And then we thank them for that. And on Tuesday, of course, the ever popular demo derby. That'll be in front of the grandstands at 7 o'clock on Tuesday.
There you go.
And then I might mention too that we have a sound stage which is up in the in front of the Mayhem building, up in the Midway area. I assume they'll be back in that same area again, but we have bands every night that'll play there. Like Monday night, Country Express will be there on the sound stage, and then Tuesday night, Dumbfounded will be there.
Great bands so far.
Wednesday night, it's 30 OT.
30-06.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, 30-06. I see OT.
30-06.
That's what that is.
Yeah, they're pretty good too.
30-06, and then we have Rockin' Country on Thursday and Apartment B on Friday. And so that's going to be some great musical entertainment there on them evenings.
When you bring the kids or the grandkids, you can let them ride the rides.
Oh, yes.
And then you can sit there and listen to some great music, being in the same vicinity as what the kids are hanging out in.
Absolutely right. Now, Wednesday night, don't forget we have harness racing in front of the grandstands at 5:30. Thursday is truck and tractor pull. And then on Friday, we have a stock truck pull. And all this is in front of the McDonald's grandstands. So we want to make sure that McDonald's is our sponsor of the grandstands, and we appreciate them doing that. And so and then Saturday, Hairman, and I've got you signed up for this. You're going to ride a bull at the rodeo.
No.
I've got you all set up.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about the bull ride.
I'll expect you in front of the McDonald's grandstands at 8 o'clock. I've got you signed up.
Have you ever seen a bull faint? If you want to show up that day and you watch...
Are you saying when you sit on this guy?
Just walk towards it. When I'm heading towards it, the eyeballs are going to roll up in its head, and it is going to pass out.
Now, I did steer wrestling one time when the rodeo was in town. This is, about 17 years ago. And me and a couple of the other board members, we got out there, and I have never done it in my life. When I got down in this chute with this steer weighed about 600 pounds, what in the world am I doing in here? And next thing I know, this buzzer went off. He said, "Hold on to the horns." And I did. And I swear there was a cowboy behind me with a hot shot, and he buzzed that steer, and away we went. I got him stopped, but that was about it. I didn't get him down.
Yeah, I don't think
Never again will I do that.
I'll videotape whoever is riding the bulls. I'll do that so that we can watch them on Channel 3, but I don't think I'll be riding one of the bulls.
Well, they'll be there. They'll be World Champion Rodeo, and it's the Broken Horn Rodeo is who's doing it for us, and so they'll be there this year, and So that'd be pretty neat. It's just we
you got a
like to
wide-
try to do different things like that.
And you got a great wide variety, Jason. You got the pops, you've got demo derby, harness racing, bull riding, truck pulls. I mean, when you think about it, the Fayette County Fair has always been a place where there's something for everybody.
Well, folks have to keep in mind that this stuff that you put in front of the grandstands, it's expensive.
Yep.
Very, very expensive. We always wanted to try to do a country music act. Well, if you want a person that's fairly well known, you are going to spend no less than $40,000 to $60,000 just to get them there.
Because they got to pay the band and the roadies and everybody else.
Absolutely. So it's expensive to do. So when we go to our convention in January, we try to pick and choose, first of all, what's in our budget and different things that would just help bring in people and they would enjoy to see something different in front of
I think you got a good
grandstands.
lineup. You got the pops, you got the rodeo, you've got tractor pulls, you got demo derby, harness racing. I mean, pretty much. Plus a midway for the kids. Great food. I mean, you'll be hard pressed to find better food than.
Food is great, and we got the same ride company as last year, and they just did a phenomenal job. They're from the East Coast, and they had a great showing of rides for us last year. It was really neat. The rides they had, and I heard no complaints about the rides whatsoever.
None. It was a great
But
time.
again, not a big rider.
Me
But they
either.
look good from a distance.
Well,
Harry.
they've got flashy lights, and the big Ferris wheel was very visible from I-35.
Well, I did ride that.
Yeah.
I got on that.
That was nice with the colored lights and everything flashing
Yes.
on it. It looked really good in the distance.
It'll be back again this year.
Well, we're out of time, Jason. My guest today on Fayette Focus from the Fayette County Agricultural Society, Fayette County Fair Board, if you will. We have the Vice President, Jason Langley. Jason, thanks for taking time out
bet.
of your busy day and sharing with us this year's Fayette County Fair.
Thank you, Harry. Appreciate it.